Welcome.
Now let's move away from Sierra Leone to Zambia, where the Secretary General of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, Truck Drivers Association of Zambia, Kaiko Wamunyima, says the transport sector deserves to receive respect and dignity. Speaking during the media briefing in Livingstone, Mr. Wamunyima said truck drivers were about to protest in line with the alleged grievances on matters relating to statutory instrument number 106. However, the matter was addressed with the government.
Mr. Wamunyima has since warned truck drivers heading on registered associations and masquerading as leaders. He says they have no blessings from the association in respect to the protests slated for the 12th of August 2022, which is, of course, is today. According to him, the Truck Drivers Association of Zambia finds such calls for protest by some group of drivers as unfounded, regarding them as moves aimed at frustrating the gains of the association and frustrating the gains the association was making in ensuring that the transport sector receives the much needed respect and the dignity it deserves. It seems that we've moved from one protest conversation in Sierra Leone to another protest conversation in Zambia. But they have said here that the protest does not receive their blessings. We have a guest who will be joining us at some point, much later, to delve further into this situation in Zambia. We don't want to see protests happening around the continent. It's not safe. We're tired of protests because it's like we're having these repeated situations. People have gotten to a point where they are dissatisfied.
Yep.
And it's almost like there is a lack of communication between the government and the citizens, such that they feel like the only way you can hear us is when we protest, like a child throwing tantrums.
Yeah, I think, not just across Africa, I think across the world,
Yes.
People are just starting to have shorter fuses, with their government. The COVID-19, which everyone would always throw the blame at, and the economic crisis that it brought, has somehow, some way created a very, very short fuse. And so very little things, everyone's on the edge.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stress economically that people have dealt with in the last two years that, seems to trigger these things. But there's a whole lot more going on across Africa, so much beauty, and of course, value.
And thankfully, hopefully that protest will not hold, and they'll find a middle ground.
Absolutely.
Really.